Welcome back to another episode of Built on Grit, the podcast where we spotlight the operational strength, leadership lessons, and battle tested wisdom from the oilfield trenches. I'm your host, Joe Carter. Today's episode is titled From Pipe to Profit Maximizing Efficiency in Roustabout Operations. And I've got a fantastic guest. Chris Reynolds, Field Superintendent at B&B Roustabout Inc., joining me to talk shop about what's working, what's broken, and how teams can run leaner, smarter, and safer. Chris, welcome to the show. It's great to have you on.
Thanks for having me, Joe. Always good to talk field strategy.
Let's start right at the source. You've led roustabout crews in some pretty tough conditions. What would you say are the biggest operational inefficiencies that eat away at profit margins in this industry?
Honestly, a lot of it comes down to poor scheduling, lack of asset tracking, and unclear communication between dispatch and field teams. If your crew is waiting around for materials or chasing down the same tool 3 times a week, that's time and money lost.
You're preaching to the choir. One theme I hear a lot is that the old way of doing things, whiteboards, call-in dailies, is slowing down decision making. What's B&B doing differently?
We've moved to a mobile-first ops model. Crews log job progress, safety checks, and equipment usage in real time. Supervisors have a live dashboard. That means fewer delays, better cost control, and proactive planning, not reactive scrambling.
Let's talk numbers. Have you seen tangible performance boosts from that switch?
Absolutely. On a typical pipeline support job, we used to spend 8 to 10% of our labor budget on rework or inefficiencies. That's down to about 3% now. We've also cut fuel use by 15% thanks to smarter asset deployment.
That's huge. Let's pivot to leadership. In your view, what role does culture play in operational efficiency?
Culture's everything. You can hand a crew the best tools, but if there's no trust, accountability, or buy-in from the ground up, it's a waste. We push grit, safety, and ownership. Every foreman knows they're not just managing, they're modeling.
And that modeling extends to how we embrace technology too, right? What have you seen in terms of crew adoption and morale with digital tools?
Initially, there was resistance, just like you'd expect. But once they saw how much smoother the jobs ran, the buy-in followed. Nobody likes extra paperwork. But if logging a task takes 30 seconds and gets them home on time, it becomes a win.
Exactly. It's about giving time back, not taking it away. Let's dive deeper into safety, because that's tied directly to efficiency. Any examples of how digital processes helped prevent downtime or injuries?
Sure. Just last month, one of our crews flagged a site hazard in the app, which sent an alert to our safety manager in real time. They rerouted the crew and fixed the issue same day. In the old days, that might have sat in someone's truck notebook until end of week.
That's real impact. And with regulatory compliance tightening every year, these systems aren't just nice, they're necessary.
Exactly. Being able to export compliance logs instantly has saved us hours during audits. It shows regulators we're not cutting corners, and that builds long-term trust.
One last thing, Chris. Looking 5 years down the road, what's your vision for the next evolution in roustabout operations?
Predictive analytics. If we can use data to forecast crew fatigue, equipment wear, or job site delays, that's a whole new level of efficiency. It's not about doing more with less. It's about doing smarter with what you have.
Well said. Before we close, what's one piece of advice you'd give to oilfield leaders trying to tighten operations in 2025?
Start with visibility. If you can't measure it, you can't manage it. Digitize your dailies, know your crew costs, And don't be afraid to bring the team into those conversations. They're the ones who spot the cracks first.
Chris, this was gold. Thanks for joining us.
Anytime, Joe. Appreciate what you're doing with this series.
That wraps up this episode of Built on Grit. If you got value from today's discussion, make sure to follow us on Spotify and connect on LinkedIn. Until next time, stay gritty.